At the dawn of time, 4,600,000,000 years ago, our solar system was a shapeless mass of cosmic gas and dust. A nebula, the birthplace of stars and planets, swirled in the vastness of space. In this primordial chaos, invisible forces began to act. Gravity, that force that attracts objects to each other, began to unite the particles of dust and gas. Little by little, larger and larger clumps formed like cosmic snowflakes. These clumps, called planetesimals, were the first building blocks of our planet. In a cosmic ballet guided by gravity, the planetesimals collided and merged. Each impact released immense energy, heating the young Earth. As it grew, its gravitational pull increased, attracting more and more material. Thus, in the midst of chaos, the Earth began to take shape. Have you ever looked at the night sky and wondered how our planet was formed? The Earth, its atmosphere, even the first signs of life? It's a question that has fascinated humans for centuries. Today we have a compelling story to tell, a story that explains how our planet came to be. It's the story of the birth of Earth. This essay is a journey to the very heart of that story. We will explore how the Earth was formed, how its atmosphere developed, and the incredible evidence that supports this amazing story. Get ready to explore the vastness of time and evolution as we delve into the fascinating origin of our planet. Buckle up, explorers, because we're going back to the beginning of Earth. So, how exactly did Earth form? Imagine a disk of gas and dust spinning around the young sun where small particles began to clump together. These particles came together, forming larger bodies through a process called accretion. Then, about 4.5 billion years ago, a huge impact with a Mars-sized body led to the formation of the Moon. The early Earth was a hot, molten place with a constantly changing surface. Intense volcanic activity released gases, creating an early atmosphere. This atmosphere was composed mainly of carbon dioxide, water vapor, and other gases. As the Earth cooled, the water vapor began to condense, forming the first oceans. It marked the beginning of the formation of the Earth's crust and the establishment of a habitable environment. From these beginnings, the Earth continued to evolve, eventually giving rise to the planet we know today. This is how our home, Earth, formed and became the vibrant world we see around us. The composition of Earth: core, mantle, and crust. In the early moments of Earth's formation, the planet was an incredibly chaotic and hot place. In that initial instant, energy and heat were concentrated in a tiny space, which triggered a series of events that gave rise to Earth's internal structure. This process marked the beginning of the differentiation of the core, mantle, and crust. Temperatures were unimaginably high, reaching thousands of degrees. Under these extreme conditions, heavier materials, such as iron and nickel, began to sink towards the center of the Earth, forming the core. This core, composed mainly of iron and nickel, is the metallic heart of the planet and plays a crucial role in generating the Earth's magnetic field. Meanwhile, lighter materials, such as silicates, began to rise and form the mantle. The mantle is a thick, viscous layer that surrounds the core and is composed primarily of silicate minerals. This differentiation of materials was fundamental to Earth's internal structure and allowed for the formation of the Earth's crust. As the Earth cooled, the surface began to solidify, forming the Earth's crust. The crust is the outermost and thinnest layer of Earth, composed of solid rocks and minerals. This cooling process allowed the crust to stabilize, creating a solid surface upon which life would develop. Volcanic activity played a crucial role in the formation and shaping of the Earth's surface. Volcanoes released magma from the Earth's interior, which upon cooling formed new rocks and geological structures. This volcanic activity not only contributed to the formation of the crust, but also released gases and compounds that were essential for the creation of the atmosphere and oceans. It was a time of intense geological activity, a dance of internal forces that shaped the Earth's surface. Volcanic eruptions, the formation of mountains, and the creation of new lands were fundamental events that determined the planet's structure and composition. This geological dance not only created the essential elements for life, but also established the necessary conditions for the development of ecosystems and biodiversity. Each eruption, each lava flow was a step on the path towards the formation of continents, oceans, and, eventually, life on Earth. In a hostile environment, the first life forms emerged. Single-celled organisms such as bacteria and archaea managed to survive and thrive in these extreme conditions. Life had begun its long journey. These hydrothermal vents, also known as black smokers, expelled minerals and chemical compounds that provided the necessary energy for these primitive organisms to survive. Over time, these microorganisms developed various strategies to adapt to their environment, including chemosynthesis, a process by which they converted chemical compounds into energy. This was a crucial step in the evolution of life, as it allowed for the diversification of more complex life forms. Eventually, these primitive organisms gave rise to a variety of life forms that populated the oceans and eventually the land. Life had begun its incredible journey of evolution and adaptation. For billions of years, life evolved. From single-celled organisms came plants, animals, and finally us, human beings. In the first billion years, life on Earth was simple. The first single-celled organisms appeared in the primordial oceans. Cyanobacteria, one of the first organisms to perform photosynthesis, began to release oxygen into the atmosphere, transforming the Earth's environment. Over time, single-celled organisms grouped together and formed multicellular organisms, developing specialized structures. About 541 million years ago, the Cambrian explosion occurred, a pivotal event in the history of life on Earth. Plants were among the first organisms to colonize the land, developing roots and leaves to thrive in a new environment. Following plants, animals also began to venture out of the water, developing exoskeletons to move in the new environment. Over time, vertebrates also conquered the land. Dinosaurs dominated the planet for millions of years. After the extinction of the dinosaurs, mammals began to diversify, developing unique characteristics such as hair. A few million years ago, hominids, our direct ancestors, emerged, developing advanced cognitive abilities. Human evolution is a story of adaptation and survival, from the first hominids to Homo sapiens. Today, Earth is a vibrant planet full of life, with an incredible diversity of living things, each adapted to its own ecological niche. From the deep oceans to the tropical rainforests, every corner of our planet is home to unique life forms. As human beings, we are part of this great evolutionary story. Our ability to understand and protect biodiversity is crucial for the future of our planet. And so, the story of life on Earth continues, a never-ending journey of change and adaptation. Please like the video and subscribe for more fascinating content about the universe.